Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
The following is a live question and answer session given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on October 29th, 2010 at ISKCON Juhu Beach Temple.
Lord Chaitanya started out as a youth luminary in the sense that he had all the best students with him, so they all began to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya, he taught us that we should be engaged wholeheartedly in Krishna's service. If we are not able to do, then there's the next verse. We should worship Krishna by some regulated principle, and so on. Various options are given from the best down the line. So we'll hear that in other days, but today this verse is telling us we should simply fix our mind on Krishna. And it's not hard to do because it's our nature. We like to think about the Lord. So if we do that, then we will taste the transcendental ecstasy. This is called Brahma Sokyam Tanandan, the unlimited happiness of transcendental pleasure. So we hope that you all chant Hare Krishna and taste the unlimited happiness of Krishna consciousness. Haribo. So we had also questions from yesterday, but if we have questions today, we'll take that first. Yes. So take up the questions.
Guru Maharaj, one question. A person today told me that he does not like any form of rituals. Even chanting is a ritual. Guru Maharaj, how should one respond to this? Your servant Anandmayi Radha.
Well, interesting. As some people say, they don't like organized religion. We're trying to get organized. That's what these meetings here. But you could ask Gopal Bhatta if we're very organized. Because the most disorganized, organized religion. So anyway, we're trying. But we're only a few years old, 45, some. We're not very organized. Our rituals, well, you see, you can chant. What is a ritual? Anything you repeat, is that a ritual? Then walking is a ritual. Because you walk step after step. But everything you do, you can chant. If you don't want to chant with anyone else, you can chant alone, or in your closet, or on your bed, or anywhere. In the bus, you can chant. I saw in the buses here in Mumbai, Kon Banaige Crorepati. So we want to make all Crorepatis. If you chant 16 rounds, 1608 have 16 names a day for 1 year, you'll have 1 crore plus holy names. So that way we try to make everyone a crorepati of the holy names. But if they can't chant 16 rounds, which takes 1.5 to 2 hours, then they can chant 8 rounds, or 12 or 8 or 4, like that. In 1 round only takes about 7.5 minutes. So 2 rounds is 50 minutes. So that's not too much. You could also ritual. Then that way you say anything is a ritual. If you sit and meditate, is that a ritual? Well, it's said that if you try to meditate, we hear the 2-wheelers and the buses and then the city is none place. But we can chant anywhere, and that vibration goes in our ear. So by chanting, also if we chant out loud, we can help other living entities, the plants, the birds, the insects, the humans. So we get a special blessing. But if you like to chant very softly, that's also possible, or mentally. But the chanting is recommended. If you don't like to chant, you can do any of the 9 practices of devotional service. Any of the 9 practices of devotional service. That means hearing, chanting, remembering, archana, offering the puja, like some people offer the lamp today. How many offer lamp? Priya offered. If you didn't offer, you miss your opportunity, because in this month of Damodar we should offer a lamp every day. So, but whatever it is, we can eat. I think everyone likes eating, so they can come to Govinda's and eat the shot. If they don't like chanting and say it's a ritual, they can eat prasad. Eating is very easy. I think you have to eat it to survive. So eat prasad. If they say eating is ritual, well, okay, don't eat. How long will they live? Next question.
My mother is suffering from cancer. I am very depressed. How can I help her? Priya.
Oh. Well, of course, there's 4 levels of cancer. And 4th level means little hope. Although some people did recover, but it's the allopathic doctors don't give much hope. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, maybe some hope. Of course, so it depends what level. On one hand, you try to help the person suffering cancer. If there's any solution, if there's any cure. You had some devotees who have taken allopathic or Vedic chemotherapy, various types of therapy, and some survive. Now those who somehow don't, we help them that in this life they should, at the end of life, if they fix their mind on Krishna, then they don't have to take rebirth again. So we had several cases where at the Bhaktivedanta hospital, there was a lady. She didn't like organized religions because she thought all the religions were after running. But there they have a spiritual care department. They also have the palliative care. Recently renowned for those who are diagnosed that they won't survive. They have a hospice so they can leave in the holy down. So anyway, at the hospital, they thought he was at the last stage of cancer. So the spiritual care department was reading the Bhagavad Gita to him, asked the daughter, would you like to read the Bhagavad Gita? So she said, how much will it cost? No, it's free. You can have it, the Gita. We don't mind. And it's just to help your father so he can transfer, so he can have peace with himself. And he can transfer from this world to the spiritual world. So then she started to read the Bhagavad Gita. Like this, her father left in a peaceful state. So later I was there after my stroke. I left the Hinduja hospital, I was there. So I was hearing the different, you can say, histories of the spiritual care. So they brought this lady to see me. And she said, now she chants 8 to 16 rounds of Hare Krishna. She's a changed person because she saw how much her father was peaceful by hearing the Bhagavad Gita. So like that, I told that she now recommends people to come to the hospital, and that's in Mira Road. I don't know exactly what was the cause of cancer, but somehow one of my disciples, father was he was in coma. So in Argentina, in Buenos Aires. So she was in London. So she flew down. So then her sister said, when she walked in the hospital room, oh, you and your all religion, Hare Krishna, what do you do to our father? No! What do you do to our father? Of course, she's talking Spanish. And then she said, well, give me a chance, I just got here. So she started reading the Bhagavad Gita. And then the father started to smile. Now, normally people who are in coma, they don't smile, they're just lying there. But he started to smile. And the sister looked, Mama, está viendo, he's smiling. No, he hasn't smiled for 10 years. No, he's smiling. And she looked, ay, Mama mia. He's smiling. So then the sister got everyone to chant, to rather read the Bhagavad Gita, because as soon as they stopped, the father started to go back into his senseless state. And while they were reading, he was smiling. Even the doctors and nurses, they were quite amazed because they never saw anyone smile in coma. So we know that the Atma never dies. So if we can help the person to be Krishna conscious, this body, if it's diseased or cancerous or something, we try to solve it. If we can't, then we try to help the person to get out of this whole material world and go back to Godhead, at least to get a better birth. So in this way, we give the best possibility of that person to take a higher birth. So we chant Bhagavad Gita, chant Hare Krishna, we have tapes, we give them a Charanamrita. One person was diagnosed cancer, no hope. sure death. But that person went to Vrindavan to die, took the chant every day of the deity, and got cured. And the doctors were amazed. We had a case in where a child had a tumor in Mayapur, and everyone was chanting because this child was very favorite of all the devotees. And the doctor came to operate, and he walked out of the operation room. I don't understand. Look at here in the X-ray, it shows a tumor. There's nothing there. He's healthy. What is wrong? I got to tell the Council of Physicians in London what is wrong. So sometimes they're miracles, sometimes they're not. So at least you try to help the person, because you know that person will not die. The body dies, the person lives on. The Atma is eternal. So like this, we need to, with a cool head, think how we're going to help. If there's a solution, okay, we try to give a cure. If there's no cure, we try to help them to get back to God. Hare Krishna. Is that okay for you? I'm going to answer other questions shorter.
Someone is interested in doing a sport. How can that be done in Krishna consciousness? Should that be stopped?
Who's asking the question? Or from where? From? He's not telling. If someone is interested in doing a sport, well, if he's a professional, then it's like any other job. It's like any other business. You do it, you get paid. So, if people can sell insurance, they can sell other things. Why you can't do a sport if you get paid? If you're doing it for your like Prabhupada, he told, what's his name? Stephen Burwash, who had a group of tennis professionals. He said, it's okay, because they're all professionals, they're all getting paid. If you do a sport for health, for some productive reason, so if you're if you're crazed after a sport, like people sit and watch TV or listen to radio for hours and hours and hours. Worse is cricket, of course, because that takes days, and he listens. And now he's coming up and he bowls as a leg before wicket. You gotta know all the jingle, and then they go on. So that's like someone asked the Prophet, Prophet asked, what are they doing? He said, they're playing golf. What's golf? He said, well, you have this little ball and you hit it a few hundred meters away and you try to get into a hole. They'll do anything, he said, anything to avoid the valuable human life solutions. So, some sports are like frivolous in the sense that just doing them, they don't have any productive use. But some, maybe if you're a professional or something, then you can use it for Krishna. Our kids like to do, like Krishna, he'd do swimming and resting. So, Prabhupada recommended the brahmacharis, young youth, they could do swimming, resting, to keep their body toned. I like that there might be some. I was once asked to attend the Kavadi, Kavadi. So they asked me, then I said, why don't you chant the name of God? And they said, well, Krishna, that's not too much air. So I was thinking for a long time, what name could Krishna? Krishna has unlimited names. I came up with the name Golpati. Golpati, Golpati, Golpati. Golpati, Golpati. So if somehow the name of Krishna is there, then that thought is also transcendental, you could say. We write some hardball. That was a fun, where we used to throw the ball in the river, and every time we passed the ball, we chant Shri Krishna Chaitanya, like that, one word at a time. So he doesn't say what sport, but if he's doing it for the exercise, like some people, they do it for their work. They get a job just because they're good cricket or good tennis. So they work. They're hired. There might be some use for it. I don't know.
An online question. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Because we are neophyte devotees, sometimes while preaching, we may say something which might turn the other person away from Krishna. How to deal with this? I end up feeling very bad because I feel I made a mistake. Swarup Krishna Prabhu from Manipur.
We're glad that the devotees who wonderful are watching. Normally, Rupa Goswami, he recommends that we should try to get the people attracted to Krishna, and first, and then they will naturally like to know how to keep that happiness. So then you can gradually tell them some rules which will help them to spiritually progress. But if you tell the rules first, they don't have any taste yet for spiritual life or attraction for Krishna, and then they just reject it. So the general rule of thumb is first get them attracted to Krishna. If they like it, then themselves will ask, what do I have to follow? One more. We shouldn't be eager. I was at one Harinam, and I heard, I came a little late, so I heard at the Piccadilly Circus. This is in London. And there, all Piccadilly Circus, all the places, casino, bar, theater, all the whatever Maya is all there. So here, they get a kirtan, they had hundreds of people surrounding, and then they stopped, and some person, he stood forward, he started giving a lecture. How, like Helen Dreamstone, it's not our mood, how you have to follow these rules, and there you are in Piccadilly Circus, and they shoved this rules, So one by one the people start leaving. So rather than saying how they Prabhupada, he was preaching to people that they should chant and be happy. And everyone wants to be happy. And all these things actually they don't give happiness. The casino doesn't make you happy. It makes the owners of the casino happy. Because they're getting money. very few people are a prophet. So that's a general rule.
Yesterday's question, Guru Maharaj. What should one contemplate on to always be Krishna conscious? Bhakta Nina.
What's the question again?
What should one contemplate on to always be Krishna conscious?
What should the person contemplate on to always be Krishna conscious? Right? Krishna. His teachings, his philosophy, his lila, his qualities, his avatars, his devotees, everything connected to him. Plus, Lord Chaitanya saying like this, like Prabhupada was saying, the people who drink alcohol, they're alcoholics, they like alcohol. So, if the Krishna says in the Gita that he is a sweet taste in liquids, so they think that this liquid, I like this liquid, this whiskey, this wine, and the sweet taste I like is actually Krishna. So then they will be Krishna conscious. Kind of a strange example how to get there.
Online question, Guru Maharaj. The Guru Maharaj in Bhagavatam stated that Krishna is Atmaram. Then why Krishna felt hungry or dry, etc.? Why it could happen if Krishna is Atmaram? Malone Raman from Malaysia.
Who?
Malone Raman.
Mula Karanam. Madam? Mula or Madam? Madam who?
Malone Raman from Malaysia.
You see, when Krishna comes, he performs leelas with his parents. So if he didn't show all these childlike behavior, and then he wouldn't, the parents wouldn't feel very healthy. So he comes and he performs these pastimes with his parents. I'm hungry, I want you, like this. So, but while he was doing that, Rama came and stole his cows and his cows. And then he extended himself into all the cows and cows. And Rama was confused. How is it that I stole the cows, I stole the cowherd boys, and they're all here? I look there, I look here, they look the same. Maybe he's shifting them back and forth, and I look here, he couldn't figure out. And then Lord Krishna showed how each of the cowherds, boys, and the cows, how they're actually Vishnu Tattvas, how they're his extension. So although he plays a good actor, he can play like a little kid. At all times, he's a Supreme Lord, and he has unlimited power.
Next question. Maharaj, please tell me how we can continue devotional service under all circumstances. Ram Raghunathas.
Who?
Ram Raghunathas.
Pran Devanath, are you here? Okay. Say the word tomorrow.
No name is written. What devotee should do when someone offends him? Should he just ignore it, or ask Krishna for protection, or just punch this person to save him from Krishna's punishment?
Who's going to save him from going to jail? Anyone wants to hear the answer? It's your question. Well, Bhaktapriya Devdasi has accepted ownership of that question. So, if we get offended, we're not supposed to take it very seriously. We just, like Vishnu, he got kicked by Bhrigu, and he said, "Oh, you hurt your foot." I have a very hard chest. So, Krishna was, Lakshmi, of course, she cursed all these Brahmanas. She was very upset why her husband got kicked by this Brahman. So, but the devotee doesn't like if other devotees or Krishna get offended. They also take some action. But if we get offended, we're not supposed to take action. We're supposed to just, "Hi, Prabhu, if you feel that way, what can I do? How can I?" We should be humble and so on for ourselves. Or you can, of course, you could, if you want, you could say, "Well, that's not true. I'm not like that. I didn't steal $1 million. If it's something practical, I don't know what the so-called offense is, but certainly we would not go and punch the person. That's not our job. If Yamaraj, he wants to do that, well, he has his agents. They're called Yamadutas, but it's not our job. So, Lord Chaitanya said we should be more tolerant than a tree and more humble than a blade of grass. We should offer all others respect and don't expect any respect for ourselves. So, in this way you can always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So today we have here our guest, Priya. So I'd like to welcome her with a big high roll. Harilo! Harilo! So, the restaurant closes at 10. So I want to give you time to go and get your prasad. Those who want prasad right here, they can come up here.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,